Good morning, Pop Pop's Bees. It's raining today, so we couldn't play outside plowing ground to plant buckwheat for the bees. So I've been struggling with the idea of building more swarm traps. We produce all of our stock from feral caught hives. We do very well catching swarms. But right now, money's expensive, or wood's expensive. Yeah, money's expensive too, because it's hard to come by. So I was trying to come up with something to utilize my existing equipment and scrap that I had around here to increase the number of swarm traps I had. So I came up with this morning. Fairly simple idea. You can use whatever size hives you've got. So I had some scrap 1/4-inch plywood laying around. And of course, all of this scrap here that I used on the side rails is the scrap from our rough cut boards. So I'm always utilizing this stuff. It always gets used, and that's just more money back in my pocket because I don't have to spend it. So it'll take 2 of these for whatever size equipment you're using. So you could do this with 8 frames, you could do this with 10 frames. I went ahead and did it with my 5-frame nukes. So it'll take 2 per setup, 1 for your top, 1 for your bottom. We will load 5 frames in the top nuke. So 1 drawn, 4 empties. Our bottom super will stay empty. So I've drilled a hole with this and attached the door. So when I go to pick the swarm up, I can just shut the door, carry them home, leave it on vent, shut it off altogether, whatever. When it comes time to put supers on, I can use this as a top box, and they've now got a top entrance for honey. Or I can ventilate it and let them have some extra cool air during the summertime. Or I can close it off altogether, whatever I decide. So that's still useful. I can leave it right on the box. Now, to put it all together, all I'll do is put a ratchet strap around it. When I do that, I can now transport anywhere I may need to get it. And not have to worry about getting stung and all that good stuff. Bees will stay in it. And it'll close up tight with this ratchet strap. Hold everything together. It's now mobile. When I get home, I can set this on the box on the bottom board, reuse my top and bottom on the next box I want to set out as a swarm trap. So it's good to go. It's ready to travel now. I used 1/4-inch because I had some strap laying around. And let's look, we want to keep this as light as we can anyway, so that's not going to add much weight. 2 pieces of those. I'm going to paint these. I cut it the width of my box plus 1.5 inches for the 3/4 boards that I was going to use for my side rails. So I can utilize all of the 200 nuke boxes I've got now as added swarm traps, and this is all I've added, and I'm going to reuse this. So I was able to do that with scrap. Of course, you can use any thickness wood. You just compensate for your setup. I wanted to share that with everybody, and I guess most beekeepers are like me. I've got 100,000 ratchet straps around here just because we live in hurricane zones, so they come in real handy also. Wanted to share that. Think that that's a very useful hack that most everybody can use existing equipment and add to their swarm trap arsenal. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Stay warm and dry. Pop Pop's Bees.